box
on the
art.
box art.
The
Yeah,
box.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, how did you find the controls? I found they're a bit weird, not as responsive.
Yeah, it's good, but when you have to do a couple of tricky jumps, that's where it shows the lack of controls.
Yeah, it really feels almost slippery because you slide a lot and then you
Yeah.
try to jump and it wouldn't jump all the time.
It's true.
And since it's one-hit kills, it does make it like almost an extra challenge having to get those precise jumps at the right time.
Yeah, it's true.
I
That's
didn't-
got
I
the
don't
same
know.
feeling.
I was never a big Sega person, and it's only in recent.
Did you know someone that actually owned a Sega system? Like when you were young.
When I was young, maybe one person, and
I was that one person, eh?
yeah, I used to buy a lot of video game magazines before,
Okay, yeah.
and you would always see Sega games that would be presented in the magazines, and I always wanted to try them just because they look so different and so new.
Yeah.
And then I think I got a chance to try a few of them, and I just decided they weren't very good anyways, and it wasn't worth it.
Why, they were so unique. That's why.
Yeah, there were a lot of different platformers out there that really gave you different
I know there was
feels that Super Nintendo and Nintendo never really did get.
There was a little hype on this Sonic. When I was young, I always wanted to play him. I thought he was cool, but now I don't like him. He's just way too fast.
Yeah, well, he's the fastest thing alive,
Yeah, I know.
and now he's on every console, and he's not very good now either. Which I think is pretty much what Sega's problem is, that they were never able to establish their own mascot until Sonic came, and then even when Sonic was there, it never
Like died on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, well, that's it. People always associated Sonic with the Sega system, Sega Genesis, because I think it came with the console. So it's like they didn't have a choice, but it never, like when you think Sega, you don't automatically think Sonic.
No, you think Echo the Dolphin, right?
You think something. You think
Something.
bad console that didn't quite make it, or something that just sticks out. But when you think Nintendo, you think Mario, Yoshi, like the group of people that represent
Nintendo exclusive.
that.
Yeah, it's true. All their characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they never. I don't know. I think maybe they push into the wrong direction. Because what happened to Alex Kidd after? I mean, we played.
Well, I think he took his retirement fund and he left. And then I think he made a cameo recently in Sega Superstar Tennis.
That is true.
They got him out of that, out of the retirement.
Was he a
few
boy or a
games.
monkey? Do you remember?
He was a monkey boy in my mind.
I
I think he has a tail in that game. Or maybe
Really?
it's just me that wanted to see a tail because I always thought he was a monkey. But he's not very good in that game.
No, that's very good.
Overall, I'm okay with Alex Kidd. He's alright. He's good people.
Yeah, it was very fun.
But would I play another Alex Kidd game? I think they're all the same after this point. Considering he hasn't done anything beyond the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, I would like to see him back.
Maybe a remake.
A remake.
3D. To
Something.
the scale of Ocarina of Time. I could see him being in one of those type of games.
Yeah, it's true.
A big
Yeah,
RPG.
Just forget about the Wii console, the
virtual console?
Yeah, virtual console. Sorry about that. Yeah, just forget about that. Just make something new. I
Yeah,
mean,
like a full, huge
'cause
adventure.
as you said before, Sonic doesn't. Maybe he sells, but he's not good anymore.
Yeah, Sonic doesn't have any
Sonic
abilities.
Mario and
he's
Sonic
fast.
at the Olympics doesn't count.
Yeah, that doesn't count at all.
Doesn't count. Not because you sold 1 million. That.
But
it's a
I would
good
really
game.
like to see an Ocarina of Time type of game with Alex Kidd.
Yeah.
In a big 3D world, or maybe almost like Mystical Ninja, where they did it. For
Yeah, that's true.
N64.
That game reminded me of Mystical Ninja a little. The gameplay, because in both games they can crop.
Yeah.
If you remember well.
So I would like to see that as a remake. It would be great, but I think Sega pretty much just puts Alex Kidd on the side and uses him for their compilation games or whatever they need to use him for.
I don't even know if they ever did a compilation
With
for Alex
him?
Kidd. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think it was as popular as they would have hoped.
but I think it will be popular now.
It's
But
probably
no, it's good to see him back.
yeah. Well, now with the
We're older.
with the internet too, you're able to get a lot more information on him and
Yeah.
really see what he's doing with his life.
Yeah, but if they had the Ocarina of Time of Alex Kidd, the last boss will be spoilers already.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
Maybe a pre-boss. you beat him and now there's a real boss after.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe like even Sega has so many different mascots that they don't use anymore. Well, other than Sonic, they have the guy from Shenmue. I think his name is Shenmue. He was really popular, and that was a really popular series, and they never brought it back or never adapted it. Sorry. There's Alex Kidd, which is a big one. They have Toe Jam and Earl, which is another pair of mascots that they had in the time where that would represent Sega. I would like to see, an RPG with all of the characters from the Sega world.
Wow.
See what they're doing, see where they live, see the different, almost like
Super Sega RPG.
Yeah, maybe not super. Like Kingdom Hearts. For
but
the
with
Disney
Sega characters?
But with Sega characters. I mean, they're doing nothing anyways, and this might be a way for Sega to get back into the gaming world where they're not just making overly casual.
Yeah, I would play a game with all those characters.
So Sega, if you're listening, you heard it first here on the PSTP podcast.
Yeah, and I think we pretty much said everything about this game.
It's
a good game.
It was
if you
enough to say.
If you have a chance on the Virtual Console, it's there. Just buy
Check it out.
I think it's worth to buy it. It's one of those games, like, you don't want to play just only 5 minutes. You're always going to play back.
Yeah, that's it. So it's almost like Mario where you could just pick it up and play for 10-20 minutes and you're okay. So join us next week